Welcome back to another fantasy video with me, JD. For those who haven't joined me before, I am a Supercoach YouTuber that does fantasy on the side. Got a hat last year, which you can see up behind me, and we are tracking to go back to back. That is the plan for this year. Apologies, my weekly cadence is not always great because I have to drop one for life or family. It is this video, and I definitely missed it last week. But we're back for round 6 and the review there. So scored 21-1-2, which I think was about top 2,500 for the round. And my rank went from about 2,080 to 1,085. So reduced about 1,000 spots. Do that again next week and we'd be very happy. And of course, I did that without Day or Green, which return this week, which is very nice for my side because I don't want to be fielding Cowan. I don't want to be fielding Roberts. Like, come on, get those scores out of here. All right, let's go. Let's look through the last round, and then we'll talk some trades for me as well. Okay, so what my last round trade? Let's figure out what I did there first. So I did Roberts in, which was a bit of a fail, and Butters for McKenzie and Gimby. Yep, which it's okay. I'm happy enough with those, content enough with those. All right, so down back, Dacos is pretty phenomenal when it comes to the old fantasy game and is a every week captain or vice captain option, I think. So, I'm just going to chuck the C on him this week. Now, against the Crows, he's averaging over 120 now. Yeah, he'll probably get more attention, blah, 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 blah. We hear it every week. Dawson had a bit of a down game, I thought, this week. Wasn't as good as some of the others, but still managed to score a low ton in the end and had his price continue to go up. He's just a little bit over what I paid to start him. And then Sicily, who was, I think these three across the top were my 3 starting picks, actually, for Primos in this format. Sicily had another good week as well, but Utaz is one of his favorites, so I'm not surprised he junked up a pretty good score there. Against the Dogs in Marvel, Dogs give up a lot of points. I'm actually pretty bullish on that matchup this week for Sicily. Happy to own him for that. And then Stuart put together another tons. We picked him up, pretty cheap, 730-ish, and he's kind of stayed around that, gone up a little bit. But yep, good value. And then we get Day back this week, which is nice. Hunt continues to be one of my best starts for the season. He's made over 220k now, which is a lot better than some of the other rooks. 90 on field this week, which is great. And what plays Carlton this week, which I don't think has been a particularly bad matchup. Optus Stadium should be good for the wing as well, so I expect another good score out of Hunt, and I guess he's an every week field for me at the moment. Without having a look at his break even, I assume it's low enough that he should be able to make a little bit more money, squeeze that lemon a little bit harder. Wilmot and Cowan were both shocking, and don't want either of these anymore. The sooner I can get out of them, the better. I just don't know if that's possible this week. All right, in the midfield, we've got Kelly, who had a really good week, but no Green in the midfield, kind of expected. A little bit of a shame I didn't have his partner in Cogs as well, who also had a really good week in this format, actually in all formats. Setterfield looks like he's nearing the end for us, to be honest. Like, he's just not as good as what we saw through the first few rounds. Plateaued in price. I assume his break-even's actually probably going to start to look the other direction soon. I don't know if I want to get rid of him this week because, that 86 is the worst score he's had so far. Like, does it keep going like that? Probably not. At the MCG this week, which, should be an all right venue for him, although it wasn't today. Rosie was good. Goulden was not good, but still managed to salvage a 70. I'm not really worried about this pick. I'm not trading any of these keepers for now anyway. The philosophy is just to get rookies off field, just to get the bad scorers off field. Like, I don't want Roberts 19 touching my field ever again. Players like that are who I'm getting rid of. Goulden's fine. Butters was, the trade in 88's okay. Like, they were definitely better, but for the price I paid, I'm happy with low 90s. So Butters should make some decent money. Ashcroft looks like his time might be up in my team, to be honest. I thought he was going to be the one that I held and get rid of Hunt this week, but the 90s now in Hunt's system, and the 90s still in there for Ashcroft as well, which is the hard part. And he's got Freo this week, which is a nice matchup. So I kind of don't want to get rid of him, but I really don't know what other options I've got. So we'll just go through those. Holland's 75, which is great. I thought he looked good, and Eagles matchup this week should be good. So his cash gen will kick off again, which is nice. Davian Roberts is a dead bench on dead bench situation right here. At least I got Samson Ryan, Fergus Green, Tucker. That's good. English is R1. Marshall's been good enough in this format. I wonder if he's how close he is to the top, because he's not really a top ruck in Supercoach. Nank's injured. Marshall's averaging 104.8. I mean, so he's R2. All right, I got R1 and R2. That's fine. Can't complain. And then yeah, Ryan's been good as a rookie ruck, making some cash now that he's playing more ruck time, which is good. Suns West Coast. I mean, the West Coast matchup's going to be the really nice one. He plays on. Williams should make a bunch of money there. Although Soldo must be coming back soon. Surely he's roughly meant to be coming back around about now. Taranto looks like he's going to be F1 for the year. Continues to be really good. Yeah, not much more to say. He's probably someone we actually can consider as a captain, vice captain each week. Although I think for me, it's going to be like English into Dacos or... sorry, I like using the Supercoach fixture just because it's right there. I mean, Taranto against Gold Coast seems good with no Took Miller. That's probably fine. I don't want to touch any of the GWS boys. I don't have Sarong, even though Brisbane's not a good matchup. And then, yeah, Dunkley, yeah, he's been all right, but Taranto's gone past him, I think, as far as forwards. Sheasel's a bit of a concern with, yeah, everything that happened this week. So, Hall back, Holman tag. He carried in a couple of injuries and he played forward for a half. I think it's one that we need to wait and see what happens this week because his break-even could go the other way quickly. Did he fail it this week? And he just made it. So, I mean, this, like, aggressively, I could, I don't have Took Miller or anything like that. I've got Green and Day back. I guess, like, if I wanted to be aggressive, and I will consider this, like, trading out of Sheasel right now means I can hold, like, both Ashcroft and Hunt. Yeah, trade him out and get in a premium instead. I guess that is an option for me. And then, yeah, Zeeble, like, is good. I'm really happy with Zeeble. He looks like it's going to be a keeper. He's made over 200k anyway. And then, yeah, Chandler and Pedler. Chandler, it's pretty much time to go. Did some nice stuff from a Supercoach perspective. But, I mean, this is also hard because he's got North this week. I kind of want to hold Chandler too. Pedler has been good. And I think he looks better each week. This score could have been even higher, but he faded out in the fourth. But he's making good money. Pie's matchup this week is a little bit scary, but, yeah. Over 200k made, should still have a good break even. And then Fergus has been just massive the last couple of weeks. What's his last three been? I think this was bigger from a Supercoach perspective. But yeah, 75, 71. So he's got some really good cash going now. Plus 50k this week. He'll be over 200k next week. That's nice. Need that. And then Ruin almost was playing twos. So kind of nice that he salvaged some job security out of that game to play. But yeah, my bench isn't looking particularly good because Roberts is now Dunzo. Chesser is Dunzo. I'm really glad I didn't start a donut in this format. I started Ryan instead. I mean, Ryan was technically a donut, but one that I was expecting to play soon. Because, yeah, I mean, like, the cash gens just died up. You can't really... It's so hard to get out of Wilmot and Cowan unless I, like, combine them with Sheasel. Even then, it's hard. I've got 100k, and even then, that'd still be hard. Okay, so getting rookies off and putting premios on is the name of the game. And, like, I really wish I had Seamus Mitchell instead of Roberts. But he'll be too expensive now, right? Like, 280 something. Yeah, 280. That's a shame. Went up 50k this week and it was a good game. So it looks like it's going to be Sincotta, who went up 38k, which is still a lot, but yeah, scored very well. It was kind of looked at the level, looked comfortable at the level is all I can say. So I think it might be. This is, I don't know, because like these matchups are good, and I don't know if I want to get out of these good matchups. So I could play around and see what else it looks like. But originally I was thinking something like this. So Sincotta, and then I'm at the point where I want to get in some midfielders. So 905k is awkward. I probably would have had a look at Laird this week if I could afford him, but I believe he's 920 or something like that. Sort by price. Yeah, he's 918. I mean, Sarong's well out of range now. That's been a bad miss, I guess. Petrarca, it surprised me that Petrarca is this high because I did not rate how he's played this year. I mean, he hasn't had below 90, which is very surprising to me. He's kind of an interesting pick, I guess, with North, Suns, Hawks next 3, and then Freo on the next 5. Like, that's a really nice fixture. It's a bit of a shame I don't have Clary for the same reason. But someone with a equally good fixture who I can afford will be Bontempelli. So I think this is probably the trades for now. I don't know why they're invalid. They should totally be valid. Bont is a midfielder. But let's just have a quick reset. Say I didn't want to hold those rookies, and for whatever reason I was like crazy enough to jump off Sheasel this week. What would I do? Because I can get hold on. The trade system is so bad. I'm sorry, like there's lots of cool things about fantasy, but it's just so buggy and glitchy, and you can't do the live edit trades thing at all. I don't even know why they released it as a feature because it just doesn't work. No, I don't want to trade you, I want to swap you. I think that one might have been user error though. So what if I wanted to get like a more expensive mid? Like say I wanted to get Laird, who's like, you know, close to the bottom. I could get Laird and then 59k. So I could even get out of someone like Cowan or like Wilmot. Might get out of Wilmot and get like Sincotta. So I guess that's another option. It gives up money for next week. The problem with this trade is that like it doesn't, like Sheasel's closer to a premium than he is a rookie. So doing something like this seems pretty aggressive. But it means like I get Laird instead of Bont, which I guess depends on how you feel about that. Now we go through the slow process of adjusting these one by one. Nice. I also got to figure out how to actually set up my team properly this week with on-field options and all that because, yeah, like I don't want Davey as my cover for the bench, but I don't think I've got any other better options because these forward rookies here don't have the DPP. None of them do. All four of them are kind of hard stuck there. And then it's probably Sincotta that I want to get like this. Something like that, I guess. And then Cowan can be an emergency here, even though I don't use him. Won't use him. I guess this is a little bit tricky because like Sincotta, Ashcroft doesn't really loop the Sydney games early, so it's kind of useless. I guess I could loop Ashcroft score with like Sincotta. That's possible. And then there's no looping here in the forward line. It's just Fergus covers, and it's probably just Ryan covers. I think that makes sense. So I guess this would be the option to keep Ashcroft and Pedler, and that's just on the back of they have good matchups this week. Do I want to let that ride? And get like Laird. I don't really know if I love Laird against the Pies though as a matchup. Just because they don't tend to let people go crazy with scoring. Although after that, like that run starts to get a little bit better, but yeah, I don't know. Versus if I go Bontempelli, I mean, I could still do the same trades with Bontempelli rather than Laird. He's got Hawks, GWS, Carlton, the next three. They've all been giving up points to mids. Maybe I just do the same trades but go Bont over Laird. Save up 20k for trades next week. Anyway, that's roughly what I'm thinking. In terms of vice captain caption, English day costs, just trying to get these rookies off the field. I've got to weigh out whether I want to get rid of Sheasel to avoid any cash loss, but then, you know, potentially that sidewaysing someone that could be a keeper if everything turns out well for here. Although it's probably like the risk of that is lowered now that he's 750k. Still good value if he goes up to like 850, 900, I guess, but maybe I actually just move him on and keep Chandler and Ashcroft. That's pretty wild if I do that. Is there a better premium I can get than I couldn't get to Laird and I probably don't want to. Oh, sorry, I couldn't get to Oliver. I probably wouldn't want to. Steele's got a lot to lose. Merritt is probably still too dear. Don't think I want to jump on Sarong. Even though he's been so good. Look at this. After round one, he looked average and then bang, 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 bang. But this is like the soft fixture starting to end now. I've kind of missed all that. It's probably just Bont or Laird. I guess you like could consider Anderson. Where is he? With no Took Miller. Although I don't, yeah, we haven't got a sample size to know what he's like without that. He's pretty cheap just given he had the poor game to start the year. Otherwise, the other one people, I guess, will kind of look at is Fiorini. 500k, I could kind of move on two bad rooks and get Fiorini in and just hope that with his midfield time now, with Took out, like that it's his, he has gone 100 average in that role. So that's maybe the other option. I could trade out something like Cowan and Wilmot for Sincotta and Fiorini. But like, I don't think these are necessarily bad on-field rookies to have this week in terms of Chandler against the Roos, Ashcroft against Freo, Hollands against West Coast. Pedlar's the only one that I guess I'd probably want to move off against the Pies. I think it's a tougher matchup. But then I'm wearing Fiorini. I mean, Fiorini goes into this Laird slot, right? And Sheezel would be over where Pedlar is. Okay, well, that's everything I'm thinking at the moment. A good bounce back week, given that there was no day or no green in summary. Happy to keep moving onwards and upwards. I feel like my team's in a pretty good spot where I can continue to attack the top 100 and hopefully close that in and go back to back on the hat front. I'm a little bit worried about the cash gen from this point. Getting Roberts over like Mitchell is 200k plus points that I will lose. So getting the last few upgrades done might be pretty hard. And I'm still somewhat reliant on players like Setterfield, Hunt, continuing to play well, which I'm not sure is the safe assumption at the moment. But if you've got any questions, let me know. I'm probably not the best person to ask, but happy to share my progress and where I'm at and my thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.